United States in 1988 was alive with punk rock culture. Spiked up mohawks, bright hair dyes, body piercings where most people had never seen them before, and denim vests with patches on them were everywhere from big cities to small towns. Skateboarding, and in particular street skating, was taking off to new heights, fueled by a generation of entrepreneurs who'd grown up skateboarding, opening up their own skate shops. Ultra Games decided to capitalize on skate punk culture with their game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, Skate or Die. Skate or Die is a collection of mini-games that has the player enter either a practice mode or a full-blown scorekeeping competition mode. You can play 5 different skateboarding events. 2 take place on a ramp, 1 takes place in the bowl of a drained swimming pool, and the last 2 take place on downhill courses. The first game mode we'll talk about is the Joust, which pits a player against one of 3 opponents of varying difficulties, using foam jousting rods to try and knock each other off of their skateboards. Downhill events include a race where players mostly try to make it to the finish line first, and a downhill jam where you can rack up points by picking up items or avoiding obstacles, and by doing whatever it takes to slow down your opponent. Over on the ramp, you can freestyle your own tricks and be scored by judges, or see just how high above the ramp you can get your skateboard. This height competition might be one of the easiest places for new players to begin. All of the games are definitely fun and somewhat addictive. But Skate or Die does have a unique control scheme. Every game has a learning curve, and sometimes, just when I think I have it figured out, it turns out that I don't. Come on! Oh. And, oh! Ouch! That can't be good. It can be frustratingly difficult to tell what exactly the game wants me to do. Even though the instruction manual has lengthy descriptions of the various game types, only investing time and practicing will help you get better at Skate or Die. The sound effects could use some more variations, but all in all, they're appropriate for what the game has. And the music is classic Ultra Games music, similar to their other titles at the time. It doesn't really scream punk rock to you at all, but if you've played other Ultra Games titles like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, you'll know what to expect. It might not fit the atmosphere of the game exactly right, but it's still fairly catchy, and each game type does have its own music. Still, Skate or Die wants you to take in the whole skate punk experience. The instruction manual has a lot to say about the world you're playing in. Welcome to a rad-infested world. There's a place on Earth where hot dogs and nachos are health foods, summer vacations last the year round, and punk rockers with mohawk haircuts are looked upon as mellow dudes. It's a place where rulers are determined not by their fundraising talents, but by their powers to dominate the streets with rad skateboarding skills. Here, the king of the road is none other than that skateboarding maniac, Rodney Recluse, owner of the Flesh and Asphalt skateboarding shop. He, along with his freaked out son, Bionic Lester, and their crazed cronies, Pete and Eddie, rule the streets with iron wheels. They're sort of a nuclear waste version of Al Capone and his once ruthless gang of gangsters. As a newcomer on the scene, with power aspirations of your own, you must prove yourself to Rodney and his freewheeling weirdos. That means you better be on your toes when you challenge friends in freestyle and downhill competitions, packed with rock and rolls and rail slides. And you better be on your worst behavior when you come board to board with Lester in the whack 'em upside the head joust. Okay, so that's the intro to the game. Sure, most of it talks about the game types and just describes you as the newcomer on the scene, but it doesn't end there. Even the descriptions of the events paint the picture of a more detailed world. Imagine yourself going to Boulder Dash Park, where Ranger Rick Jr. is off to the donut shop, so that now you can do some illegal skateboarding, or hanging out with Rodney Recluse at his barbecue, when all of a sudden a game of Joust breaks out. Skate or Die, for all of its gameplay faults, really tried to provide players with a complete experience. Sure, the game takes lots of getting used to, and in the end is mostly about the same arcade-style high-scoring efforts of most games from the 1980s. There's not too much story to uncover within the game itself, but that's why manuals matter. There's always something more to uncover. Sometimes it's the difference between regular foot and goofy foot, and sometimes it's our story so far. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode number 27 of Our Story So Far TV. Comments, likes, subscriptions are always appreciated. Any questions that you don't feel like commenting can be directed at me on Twitter, @NewAngel, that's Nuangel. The latest episodes are always archived over at ourstorysofar.tv. I told you there'd be a few short episodes coming up, but don't worry, there's always more in the pipeline, every 2 weeks. Until next time, take care of yourself.